If you're in the market to buy a house, let me show you how to save money when you do. We've been waiting for over a decade for another buyer's market, and it looks like, for a lot of the country, it's showing signs of heading that way. A buyer's market is when there's a greater supply of homes for sale than buyer's demand. It has nothing to do with the number of available buyers, but more to do with buyers willing to act. In our current market, the bottleneck for demand is high mortgage rates and higher home prices, but in my opinion, it's really the interest rates causing the blockage because you can always buy a cheaper house. Also, there's been some pretty serious economic turmoil in the U.S. recently. General financial uncertainty can be a momentum killer for any business, but for the housing market, it can be a real problem because people start watching and waiting for an upheaval of some sort, like a crash. The southern and western U.S. markets are good examples of what the trends are in a buyer's market. And here they are. High inventory. Inventory is up and growing. Longer days on market. In Nashville, days on market's up 36%. Price reductions. Again, Nashville, it's up 32%. Slower growth price. Appreciation is essentially flat. In my area, I believe we're in a buyer's market. All the signs I just mentioned and more, they're all here. So how do you get a deal on a house in a buyer's market? You balance days on market and price reductions. Here's what I mean. When a house is listed for sale, the seller is optimistic. They think they'll sell for the most in the neighborhood. If you've sold a house, you know how that feels. As the days on market build up, so does the stress on the seller. Price reductions are a result of that seller stress. Here's the rule of thumb. If a house is listed and gets 0 or close to 0 showings, the price is way too high. If a home is listed and gets showings but no offers, it's just a bit too high. So, to reignite buyer interest, the seller drops the price. Right now, 1 in 5 sellers are slashing prices across the country. That's the highest in 9 years. As a buyer in a buyer's market, you have to catch the seller when they're stressed. I know that sounds mean and terrible, but it's kind of the game. So here's the step-by-step. Be specific on your home search criteria. Know what it is you want as exactly as possible. Visit those homes to be sure that they qualify. Be clear on your price range. Have your lender letter ready. Be locked, loaded, ready to go. Know the neighborhood's value. Do comps, or if you don't have comps, get them done and get used to the area's value. Learn about that. Look for homes with higher days on market, minimum 2 to 3 weeks. Be aware of recent price cuts. Remember, that reinvigorates buyers. Remember, the only reason a house sits is price. Price accounts for condition, good or bad. Be bold with your offer. Ask for concessions. Make an offer that you feel good about. There is no percentage or rule of thumb percentage that I can suggest for you to use, like 5 or 10%. Just make an offer you feel good about. Days on market is one clue that could save you a ton of money. There is one exception. If you find your actual dream home, the one that no doubt checks all the boxes, just buy it. It might cost you a little more, but you can't go wrong in the long run with a home like that. Buying a house can be scary and confusing. If you want to understand how home buyers just like you are handling the home buying process, check out this video, What's Inside the Mind of Today's Home Buyer. If you want to take a deep dive in how real estate really works, look for my online course, the Real Estate Roadmap Crash Course, in the description box. Thanks for watching. See you later. Talk to you soon.